What is going on, people of YouTube? My name is Kurtyoy, and welcome to another preview. Game week 18. We are pretty much halfway through the season. Hopefully, everyone watching is still into Fantasy Premier League. Remember, don't give up, because this point you start to look good, because the averages will slowly go down because of the inactive players keeping their Chelsea defenders, their Courtois and everything, when they're not getting clean sheets, so everything will be looking good for you. But today I'm just going to be previewing, as I usually do, three players from each position: goalkeeper, defence, midfield and striker, and then telling you why they should be in your teams for this coming week. So first of all, we've got Jack Butland. Now, Jack Butland, Stoke goalkeeper, I'm sure we all know who he is. He's in there because I'm looking at his next game, home to Manchester United. That's huge, and I believe he's got a good chance of making at least a clean sheet here. United are in poor form. They are scoring, but not very many. They can limit that because Stoke have been very good in the defence recently. They didn't have the best of games against Palace, but you're looking at clean sheets 7 in 17 games. It's quite high for a team like Stoke, any team outside the top 6 teams. So, fantastic from them. And for me, Jack Butland makes a lot of saves anyway, so if he's going to get in there, he's a great shot stopper, so he's going to stop the balls if they are going to fly into the top corners. He's that sort of keeper. Keeper number 2, though, is Mr. Joseph Hart, England's other top goalie. Probably the two first picks you'd see in the goalkeeping selection for Euro 2016, barring any injury layoffs for them. I'd say Fraser Forster, if he's fit, would be number 3. He's in there. I'm looking at a home game against Sunderland. Hopefully, I believe Vincent Kompany might be back. I'm not sure, but I'll just say he's come back. But even so, home against Sunderland, you cannot be conceding. Surely this has got to be the game where they get a clean sheet without Vincent Kompany. I think they've only got one so far this season, but either way, he'll get in the way of some shots, and hopefully he'll make some saves. At least get you 3 points on this game week. And lastly, don't have 3 slots for your keepers, so I've got Mr. Hugo Lloris. 5.1 million. He's got a nice little dandy game at home against Norwich, and for me, easy clean sheet. Norwich haven't been good. They did win against Manchester United, but I feel like the sturdy ship of Spurs will sail on to an easy victory. Moving on to the defenders now, I've got them all in my team. First of all, we're going to start on the right hand side. We're going to start off with Mr. Toby Alderweireld, the hardest name to put on this box thing because it just does not fit. I have to make it 3 layers, and it's so annoying, and I can't make the text any smaller because you won't be able to see it that way. But he has got, like I say, home game against Norwich, and should be an easy clean sheet. I'd say, like I said, the sturdy ship of Spurs should sail on and get a clean sheet here. But he can also go forward, maybe get you a goal from a corner. He's good like that. He's shown he's good in the air so far this season, so definitely one to pick. Moving on from that, we've got the Arsenal skipper going from one side of North London to the other. We've got Laurent Koscielny, and he hasn't been in too good of a form recently. Seen the game against Manchester City, they did concede, but a good performance from every Arsenal player in that game. And I'm looking away against Southampton. Southampton have not been good so far this season. I feel like Arsenal could escape with a clean sheet and a win here, if not a 0-0 draw. It's the latest game on the on the fixture list for this week, and I feel like definitely he's one to consider, and also for the future. You're seeing also at home to Bournemouth, and at home to Newcastle. Could get 3 clean sheets in 3 here. Definitely one to pick up. And lastly, a bit of a surprise one. I've always got to have a few surprises in here. So I've got Aaron Cresswell of West Ham. Reason he's in here, away against Aston Villa. Aston Villa, like I've said in previous videos, I don't think they're going to stay up. I think they're doomed. Remy Gard's probably the wrong manager. They should have looked at someone who was going to build them back up to the Premier League. Even at this early stage, they were so poor. I feel like if they are going to get a new manager before the end of the season, it should be someone to get them back up to the Premier League, because they've already relegated themselves. And I feel like Cresswell could get a clean sheet and also bomb forward, get himself an assist or a goal. He's a free kick taker with Payet out. He'll be on it. So, assists and goals could be there. Could be a high scoring week for him, and I think the risk is worth taking for £5.5 million. Moving on to the midfield, and 2 of which are already in my team. I've got De Bruyne in here, £10.8 million. Huge amount of money, but he'll break the ducks of being poor so far. Last 3 games, you're looking at 2 points, 1 point, 2 points. Not too good. Home against Sunderland, should be cracking on. This should be a game week where they get conceding none, scoring 4 or 5. De Bruyne can get amongst it. If he does get amongst it, high scoring week for him. He might even be my captain choice. I'm not too sure yet. Secondly, we have got Mr. Ross Barkley. Now, the hit and miss player of this season. He's doing all right so far. This last game week he did all right against Leicester. Gave himself up 2 assists on the way to, I believe, a loss. Yeah, but he did assist both goals, so that's always a positive. And this week he's got away against Newcastle. Newcastle have been pretty good actually. The last 3 games, looking at 7 points out of 9, not too bad for a Newcastle team that was doomed to be, relegated along with Aston Villa. I feel like he could grab a few more assists as well as a few goals maybe in this game week against Newcastle if they play their cards right. And also you got Lukaku, so give the ball to him and you've got guaranteed assist. But lastly, the risk of this pair, or this triplet, I suppose I should say, is £6.6 million Xherdan Shaqiri. Now, he hasn't really done anything since he blew away Man City, showing the quality he could have. But there's a reason he's playing at Stoke, and that's because he hasn't shown it in good amounts and at consistent levels. But he has got a game at home against Manchester United. Now, any other day you think, Kurt, you're talking nonsense. But to me, I'm looking at it thinking, home against Manchester United, Van Gaal's men are in disarray. They don't know what they're doing. And I feel this could be a week for them to get a clean sheet and also crack on, get a few goals, maybe even sack Louis Van Gaal on the way through. Who knows? But I think it could be a good week to maybe get Xherdan Shaqiri in. You also got maybe like Bojan, Afellay, people like that. And definitely Shaqiri is the one to watch. And then on to the strikers, all 3 of which are here. Starting off with Olivier Giroud. I believe this is another game week where he could be scoring or assisting. Where against Southampton, like I said, they've been poor, and he will be playing up top as a lone striker. He's had a pretty good season so far. People will constantly bash him, but 10 goals in 17 games. It's not a bad total for someone that can't kick a ball, is clumsy, and all these names will get called by the Arsenal fans. And considering a lot of the times he does it off the bench, he's good everywhere. He can play 90 minutes and score, he can play 10 minutes and score. Very, very good striker. And I believe this week against Southampton he could grab a goal. Next up, we've got Mr. Harry Kane. He's been in good form recently, although started off the season very, very slowly. He's now got, I believe that says 9 goals and 0 assists, where it's very zoomed out. I can't see from here. And he's this coming game week, home against Norwich, should be able to get himself another goal this week. Lastly, though, another risk, the last risk of this week is Bafétimbi Gomis. Now, he hasn't had a good run of form recently. You're looking at the first 4 games, scoring 4 goals. However, since the departure of Monk, since the 4th game really, hasn't really done anything. Scored against Manchester City, apart from that, has done nothing. However, looking at the game this week, he's played at home against West Brom. We have not kept a clean sheet for 6 games. Could this be the time for Bafétimbi to rekindle his early season form? I think so. And for 6.5 million, I think it's worth the risk. But nevertheless, guys, thank you all for watching. Hopefully these tips help you. If you like this video, then leave a like. Let me think in the comments down below and subscribe if you feel like I'm worthy. And I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.